So what are you afraid of?
Gorillas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But on a medical level, a colostomy bag. It's been like my fear since I was diagnosed because you could do everything right and you could still end up with one. Although it's become a lot less scary the older I get, the idea of having one.
I think I'm afraid of anything medically, right? I'm pretty much at peace with most things. Like if something happens, you just deal with it.
Yeah, you're very nonchalant considering you are going into surgery in 12 hours.
I still have to dye my hair.
Yeah, like...
I'm doing that because then I can't move my arm. People are like, why are you dyeing your hair? Well, because I won't be able to move my arm.
Well, then it's just like the follow-up is why don't you get someone else to dye your hair? Because her scalp is really sensitive and it only can use certain dyes without her head getting like all puffy.
I'm so sensitive. Yeah, it's true. I mean, anyways, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I don't think... I'm not afraid of any of this stuff. I think I'm more afraid like when you guys have something done, but I'm not afraid of it for me.
Why? Are you more scared because you're not in control when it's us doing it?
Oh yeah. What are you afraid of? I'm not asking you.
Oh.
I'm asking our audience. What are you afraid of? So tomorrow I am having surgery and I don't think I'm really afraid of the actual surgery.
Why?
I think...
Not to tell you that you should be afraid, but why? Actually, okay, no, finish what you were saying. Well, what are you afraid of?
The idea of having to slow down.
Oh my God.
Well, no, for real. Here, I'm putting the microphone near you because you turn your head too much and you move away from it. Okay, so no, it's like a real
that
thing.
To me feels like a very corporate answer.
It's not corporate.
Like what you would want someone to say in an interview.
I mean,
and I would say gorillas, and they probably wouldn't hire me, but they would probably hire you.
Okay, I'm supposed to be at the hospital in 12 hours from now. I still have to do like 5 million things that I haven't done.
Well, I
working all
think
day.
this goes back to one of our past episodes of you putting too much on your load or you taking too much on. That did not make sense. Oh, okay. Sometimes I think I speak like English isn't my first language because I get like sayings mixed up so much.
Well, when you were a kid, you used to speak with a New York accent, and we're not from New York, so I mean, not from New York City.
Yeah,
you just spoke
kind of funny.
Anyways, okay, so yeah. Again, I think that I've had enough surgeries where that doesn't. I'm not afraid of the surgery. I'm not afraid of the anesthesia. I look forward actually to the anesthesia because I get to get good sleep.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the unknown. You don't know how long you're going to be out for, not like out in terms of anesthesia, but in terms of like how your recovery is going to be. And I have all these things that I'm working on and just trying to make sure I can still do all those things. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but
I was thinking about me. I actually love going to hospitals. I'm working at the hospital right now. I love it. I find it so calming. And maybe that's just because, my father is a surgeon and I did rounding with him growing up. But like even being a chronically ill patient, I like going into hospitals. I don't know why.
That is kind of weird because usually people that have anything that requires a lot of work, like, okay, with your Crohn's.
Yeah.
But
I don't have, I'm lucky in the way I do not have the medical trauma that a lot of people with chronic illnesses do. But I think that's because like when I first got diagnosed, people listened to me. And I feel like when I go into hospitals, people still listen to me. And I don't know if a lot of patients can say the same.
You think that's because your dad's a doctor?
During the first initial diagnosis, 100%, because of the connections that dad had. And so I'm very lucky in that aspect.
I would say that having a medical advocate is really important. And so that, I mean, it doesn't happen for most people.
No, not at all.
We're just very fortunate that we have someone that can.
And I mean, he makes it less scary because he doesn't sugarcoat it, which you're like, oh, wow, that would be more scary. But because he doesn't sugarcoat it, he gives you the raw and honest answers. And that is more reassuring. Like, I don't know, with anesthesia, he's never going to lie about the fact there's like a risk that you won't wake up. But that risk is so minuscule in the end of the day.
Yeah. No, and I think, I mean, again, every surgeon that I've had makes sure that they really talk you through all this stuff. But I do feel like I get a little bit No, a lot of a different
Yeah.
experience because of him working at the hospital.
Yeah, and even if it was a different hospital, because I do procedures, my doctor for Crohn's is not based in Sarasota or Nashville. I understand the medical terminology, so I can I understand what's going on, so I can advocate for myself
Yeah.
easier because I can like interject and be like, no, I'm not doing that, or like I think there might be a better procedure for this instead.
So what are you afraid of?
Gorillas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But on a
Gorillas.
medical level, a colostomy bag.
Mm,
It's been like my fear since I was diagnosed because you could do everything right and you could still end up with one. Although it's become a lot less scary the older I get, the idea of having one.
yeah. I don't think I'm afraid of anything medically, right? I'm pretty much at peace with most things. Like if something happens, you just deal with
Yeah,
it.
you're very nonchalant considering you are going into surgery in 12 hours.
I still have to dye my hair.
Yeah, like,
I'm doing that because then I can't move my arm. People are like, "Why are you dyeing your hair?" Well, because I won't be able to move my arm
well,
for
then it's
6
just like the
weeks.
follow up is why don't you get someone else to dye your hair? Because her scalp is really sensitive and it only can use certain dyes without her head getting like all puffy.
I'm so sensitive. Yeah, it's true. I mean, anyways, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I don't think I'm not afraid of any of this stuff. I think I'm more afraid like when you guys have something done, but I'm not afraid of it for me.
There's a lot to explore there.
Okay.
Um, why are you more scared because you're not in control when it's us doing it,
Oh yeah,
but you're not in control when you're doing the surgery either. You're not waking up from anesthesia and operating on your shoulder.
it's true, but I'm at peace with it. So like
Okay,
I
okay,
know I'm
fine.
fine. Where I know when you guys might go in now, you say you don't get nervous about it, but I think some of
Granted,
your
I haven't had like
siblings would.
a major I mean, the colonoscopies count as major procedures.
No.
Yeah, so I haven't had a major procedure done in years.
Yeah.
So, but my like regular appointments aren't like that major in the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think my siblings get nervous. I remember you had a surgery, maybe it was on your knee, and Millie, and she was way younger then. She was probably 15 years ago, maybe 13. She had to tell herself that you were going on a vacation instead of being at the hospital because she was too stressed out about the idea of you being at the hospital overnight. So I think with her, for sure, she gets super stressed out about stuff like that.
Yeah. I again, when you don't have control of it or you don't understand, then it makes sense that it makes you nervous. And I don't think she's nervous for tomorrow.
I don't think any of us understand, except for perhaps me, how large of a surgery it is because none of the siblings understand that you are not home tomorrow night. I don't think they know that.
Well, I've told them, but do they listen?
It's in one ear, out the other.
Yeah. So it's just going to hurt a lot afterwards. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot, but then it'll be like really a lot better afterwards. And like that's what I would say to a lot of people that are postponing their surgeries because of fear of what will happen during the actual procedure. And honestly, for your fear of slowing your life down, I think my father's biggest regret is waiting to get his hip done for that many years
oh yeah,
because
for sure.
his quality of life is probably 100 times better than it used to be.
Yeah, it's that idea of you can't slow down. So that's my big thing is
Hmm.
that the idea that I can't slow down, but right now what I have is so limiting. I mean, I see the surgeon and he's operated on me for something before and he said, "Wait until you absolutely cannot move your arm anymore. Like until you're sure like that it's absolutely." And it wasn't like a big surgery, it was something with my elbow. And finally I said, "I can't wait anymore. Like I can't shake hands, I can't use the tongs on the grill." And so that's when I had surgery last time. This time he said to me, "You can wait." And so I waited a couple months and I said, "Okay, therapy's not doing anything." And he said, "Well, you have to make a decision. You have the injury of an 80-year-old woman and you're 53. Do you want to live like you're 80 or do you want to live like you're 53? Because at 80, I would tell you, you don't need to get it done because you don't
Yeah.
need that range of motion. But that's another 27 years.
I
I
mean,
got a lot
yeah,
of
you
things
want
I
to
want
pick
to
up
do.
grandkids, and we don't even have grandkids on the horizon yet,
I
so you
know.
need to get it done.
I mean, I can't get the mail out of the mailbox or
Yeah.
use the ATM machine. I can't use that arm for stuff. So it needs to be done.
Yeah, and I think it's actually kind of amazing in modern medicine that we're able to do things like
Yeah.
that.
It is really interesting, though, how people fear doctors and dentists. And is it experience based or is it because of something that that truly has happened to them that makes them
I
afraid?
would feel as though, and granted, like we said earlier, we have a really leg up in the medical system being, family members of a health practitioner. It makes it, I mean, like, it just makes it more comprehensible. And I think a lot of it can be compared to the legal system in the way of it is a completely foreign field. And so when I speak to my friends in school, I'm like, why haven't you gone to see a doctor? They think going to a doctor is last care, like last resort situation. And for me, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go to a doctor. Like minor something is off because I know it's fixable. I know it's very treatable. And I think a lot of people, they're hesitant in that way because they don't understand it. And I also think there is a sense of privilege that comes with being in the medical community, and it's an expensive thing. And people don't want to dive straight into it.
Yeah, I mean, it is for a lot of people, it is a last resort.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate considering that we should, there's so much preventative care that you wouldn't even need to go to these last resorts if things were truly accessible.
So I know, like with dentists, so many people have a fear of the dentist.
And I think that's just because you force 5-year-old kids into the chair and you yell at them, okay, about them having thousands of cavities, like they know any better.
Yeah.
And I also think with the older generation, like, did you guys get anesthesia? I mean, our local anesthetics been doing cavities? I don't think Dad did.
I didn't have cavities when I was a
Oh,
kid.
lucky you.
I didn't.
Can't
I
relate.
had really good teeth. But I'll say, like with Noah, for example, like he had so many cavities, so he
Me too.
definitely had, and he doesn't have a fear of the dentist anymore. Like he's good with it. But when he had to get teeth taken out for his braces, that was
Oh,
overwhelming
yeah.
for him. He couldn't get the IV. We ended up having to take him to the operating room for him so that they could give him anesthesia so that they could take out the teeth. But then, and then what the dentist said to me, or what the oral surgeon said to me, which I think was key, is that I'm not going to force him to do this because I have adult patients that can't sit in my chair because they were forced to do something as
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah.
And so he said, I'd rather take him to the operating room. And I know it's going to cost more money and I know it's like a lot more time, but I'd rather not have him fear this chair. And he was totally right, because then when it came time for Noah to get his wisdom teeth out,
It was fine.
he was totally fine. They were done in 2 seconds.
And I think that's a really good mindset that maybe 10, 15 years ago, not a lot of practitioners, kept in mind, or they didn't really carry it with them. The idea that, like, that is the one field besides, okay, your family care doctor, but like, what do you do when you go there? They weigh you, they take your temperature, they ask how you're doing, they give you a little bit of shots. Like, they don't do much,
Don't tell
I mean,
them
no, they
that.
do a lot. Obviously, they do a lot, but it's not as intrusive as a dentist.
Right.
And like, when you get a puppy, you train them by touching their teeth so they're not as mouth sensitive. No one does that with kids. You don't put your fingers in your kid's mouth so they don't bite down the same way you do with puppies. So it's like, it's a very intrusive thing. It's a very sensory overload thing, especially if you're a 2 or 3-year-old sitting in the chair. And then, I mean, it's not a comfortable experience. I think I am, not that I'm afraid of dentists. I don't like love going to the dentist.
But these days I think they make it a lot better with giving you an iPad to
Yeah,
distract you. And then
100%. But
you
even
get
I didn't have
prizes
that stuff. I mean,
afterwards.
I had prizes afterwards, but I didn't have an iPad distracting me.
That was for all of you guys, your favorite thing was going to the prize
That's
box after
true.
the dentist. And I
That's
was
kind of
like,
sucks about being like going to an adult dentist. They do not have prizes.
they
The
don't give you a
prize is
prize
that
box.
you have to pay your bill at the end.
The prize is that maybe you don't have cavities this time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Usually not for me.
But so let's talk about all the things that I won't be able to do. That's kind of like
What
the
won't
funniest
you be
part
able
to
to
me.
do? I guess you'll be able to walk, talk.
I can only use one arm, so it's just getting used to a different way of
I was
doing
about to
things.
say something really
Like,
offensive, and I'm not going to.
don't say anything
Okay,
offensive.
I'm not.
Pulling up my pants. I can't even.
You can't pull up your pants with one leg. I mean, one arm.
Yeah, I
First of all,
can, but
sorry,
it's.
apologize. Second, have you not been in training for this for the last like 6 months? I would be training.
I have not been training. I've been working.
My training would be, can I pull my pants up with one arm?
I can do like with the really stretchy pants, which is
Yeah.
what I'm going to be wearing. I guess I can button my shirt with one arm
Well,
because I
kind
can
of.
button downs. I won't be able to put in a ponytail. That's for sure. Can't do that.
Mm,
My hair is going to be like big old afro at home.
that's okay.
I won't be able to do that. And then I bought like a couple pair of slides so that I don't have to, because my favorite is sneakers, but I can't wear sneakers. So, well, I can, but what am I going to say? Olivia, could you please tie
You
my
could get Velcro. Oh
shoes?
no, you still have to bend down. See, that's the issue. It's not like okay.
So, yeah. So basically, all these things that we take for granted, right? That
Yeah.
are just part of our daily lives. I mean, obviously, I can still brush my teeth. I won't be able to floss my teeth.
Use both. Oh, no, you need the individual
I'll
flossers.
have to, yeah, I'll have to
Mm-hmm.
get the little
I was
regular.
about like, you
Yeah,
can do
very
that.
good.
That's kind of not to be like the best part about our world. Our world has adapted a lot for people with disabilities to the point that so many things you wouldn't even think could be accessible are now accessible. There's still so much work to be done. Don't get me wrong, but
I saw a really cool video today. Now that you bring that up, of it's like this cutting board when you're, and it's made specifically for amputees that like you can stick your tomato on there and then it like holds it in
oh
place so
yeah,
that you can
that's cool.
chop and yeah, so things that but yeah, I think a lot of times we take things for
Oh,
granted.
absolutely.
And so that's just a reminder to me of like, don't take these things for granted. Really be thankful. That whole idea of gratitude
Yeah.
for every day that you can do all the
Recently,
things.
I've been trying on the same note, like to be more thankful to like my body for being able to do this. Like they always tell you after yoga classes, like, and thank yourself for being able to like do this class and perform these things. And yeah, I really should because it's kind of remarkable what we can do on a daily basis.
Yeah. And when one little thing changes, how hard it is to adapt.
100%.
So again, I know I'll get a little frustrated, but that's the goal, is to not get frustrated.
And I think you and I, and maybe it's just because I'm younger, like if you were like, oh, you get 6 weeks off, I'd be like, hallelujah. And for you, you're dreading this.
Yeah, I just
But
feel
I
like
guess I
I'm
couldn't crochet, huh?
not that I think.
Nope, no crocheting. What else would I do?
Yeah, so I'm going to be watching a lot of videos. I'm going to be sending a lot of one-handed emails. I mean, I can dictate.
Yeah, voice to text. Good.
So,
That's a good accessibility feature.
yeah. I mean, even for my blog posts, I'm going to have to dictate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can type with one hand, but it's going to take forever.
You'll be able to drive though after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's
But,
not.
it's just the little things. And again, it's anything I have could be so much worse. So, I'm
When will you be back to normal?
if you read their things, it's like maybe a year.
I hate, oh my God. And that's another thing about surgery. And this is from the opposite perspective of like, it's a great thing. People think this isn't like a be all, end all, fix it all. Like it is work that goes into it. You don't just get to sit in the operating chair and be like, now I'm 100%. Like you have to go to rehab. You have to go to PT. You have to be very, very careful. And then you could be 100% again. But it still is like better than the alternative most of the time of living in misery.
Yeah, totally. And for our next few episodes, I'll be sitting on the other side
Oh yeah,
because I won't be able to put my arm.
that's really funny. Actually, I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that.
But
Do you have to wear a cast?
no, it's just a brace.
Okay,
It's like
so
this
this
is like a
is
sling and a sling and a pillow.
and you're not a kid, so your cast wouldn't get gross. But with all of the kids that have casts, they get so disgusting.
Oh my gosh. So
Noah
gross.
shoved so many things up his cast when he was a little kid, like pencils.
And then when they take them off, it smells like death. It's
yeah,
like, oh my
it is
gosh.
kind of like an interesting thing. I don't know the science.
Well, I mean, they have the waterproof ones, but I don't think they work as well. Like, I think that you got to do the stinky cast.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I don't have to have a stinky
Yeah.
cast.
Oh.
And yeah. So, I mean, I won't be able to shave. I mean, I can shave my legs, but my left arm will be.
Don't you have laser?
Yeah, but still gross
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. I was like, I feel like solution number one you already have.
Yeah, but that's why I'm going to dye my hair so that I don't have to do that for the next month.
Will you be able to have a glass of wine? Or do you need a straw?
I have a right arm. I can drink a glass of wine. I can't open the bottle. That's a problem. Because I can't
You
hold
could get
it and
screw.
open it.
Well, you
Put it between my legs and open the bottle. Oh my gosh.
listen. You make your own way in this
If
world.
I'm that desperate,
I'm not disagreeing. Like, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you it's not necessarily 100% impossible.
Are you gonna like take videos and photos of me to make fun of me?
Yeah, because honestly, I wouldn't have if you hadn't done the same to me.
I didn't take the video of you after your first colonoscopy.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did.
No,
Never mind, actually.
no.
Okay, then I'll be nice.
I mean, it would have been the best video ever. She's like, "Oh, you're still here," and then she'd close her eyes again, and she'd open them. You're still here.
It's funny.
So
Every
happy to see
colonoscopy I've
you.
had after that, no one's allowed to come back. So I just sit there until I'm back to normal and like, can I go?
Because you're an adult now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
been a hard transition.
Yeah.
Adulthood.
Nobody can sit.
Yeah.
Nobody can sit with you when you're waking up from your anesthesia.
So you're not scared at all about the immediacy of tomorrow. You're just scared about the after effects. Like, okay, so you have a blood disorder. Does that affect your rationale when you go into these?
Well, I mean, I have to get infusions for 5 days.
But for me, that would give me extra anxiety of, well, I don't know what happens if you don't get it said infusions.
You bleed. You bleed into the joint. And that's the problem.
That's
why
not
I gotta
good.
get the infusion. So yeah, it's something called von Willebrand's disease, where you don't make enough of the von Willebrand's factor to clot your blood properly. And so
I would have loved to be one of the original finders of something like that in your body, and they could have named it after me. Like, I wish I was Dr. Crohn's.
you would be Dr. Knego,
Yeah.
and everybody would pronounce it wrong.
Well, they
You'd
might be
Dr.
pronouncing.
Yeah.
Well, who knows if you're pronouncing von Willebrand's correctly? Actually, it's pretty.
I think it's pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
it's pretty straightforward.
I don't think that one's complicated. But yeah, I feel like I really am not afraid of it. They're gonna, I get there. I have to get there early. They give me the infusion. They give me a block, so I don't feel the pain. Hopefully, they give me good sleepy meds, and I'm out for a bit. And then I spend the night to make sure that I don't
You eat
bleed into
hospital
my
food.
joint.
It's pretty good, actually.
Hospital food is not good.
I mean, I eat there once a day. It's actually decent.
But you don't eat what the patients
Oh no,
get.
I don't know what the patients
Am I gonna get like blue Jello?
I can bring you to the action station if you want.
The action station.
Yeah, it's the chef station. It's the action station.
Oh, nice. No, I think I'll be okay. I don't think I'm gonna be very hungry.
No.
So, and that's the other thing. Like, they send you the thing of you can't eat anything after midnight. I'm like, okay, unless I'm at a raging party, I'm not eating anything after midnight. I mean, I did last week, but
yeah, that's different. You were at a raging party. Well, that's because, but like, if you were when are you scheduled for? Noon?
No, 8:00.
Oh,
I have to be there at 5:30.
That's it.
8:30.
Wait, but that's kind of annoying because the same person gets the same instruction even if their surgery is at 5 p.m. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
and then I would be very annoyed as the person that. Actually, that was a big annoyance for me while I was first getting diagnosed with Crohn's, is that they were like, by the way, you can't eat. And with a colonoscopy, you can't eat for like 3 days before because of the prep. And then afterwards, they were like, oh, and you can't eat anything again for like 2 more days. And I was like, what are you guys doing to me? This is the worst thing ever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, it's usually nothing to eat or drink after midnight. If you have a really late procedure, it's usually they want 6 hours ahead, but they're still going to tell you nothing to eat or drink after midnight. Like, I can take a sip of water to take my meds in the morning, and that's it.
I have a I was in the hospital after a car crash, and I didn't need anything done. But because they were monitoring me, they didn't let me have any food or water. And so Dad would like sneak ice chips into my mouth after I was complaining about being so thirsty.
Well, they had an IV.
Yeah, but my mouth was thirsty. It's so different.
That's why they give you ice chips. It's like, yeah. So, anyways, no, it's gonna go great. I'm not worried. We'll do a follow up.
Yeah,
let you know how I'm doing.
I mean, and I think that the hospital you're going to has a pretty great group of, as I work there, pretty great group of healthcare practitioners and people that actually care and like to do their jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question for you. Now that Sarasota Memorial is a teaching hospital, would you want residents in the room? Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
Regardless of the procedure?
Yeah.
Okay, for me,
when I'm in the GYN office, they say, can I bring in a student? I'm like, sure, why not? Now, if it was our friend's kid who's a student there, I might have a little problem with that. Not in this situation, but in the GYN office. Yeah. Because that's a little weird. And he probably wouldn't want to come in.
No, that's fair.
But in general, no, I think that's how you learn. You have to see all different kinds of patients. And So, but there's some people that won't allow
Oh,
it.
I love doing it because they always ask the weirdest questions.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, oh wait, I can answer that because I've had this disease for a bit now. 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't think it's like that. But I know some people are very against having residents in the room with them because they don't want to know.
Well, we're talking students too, medical
Yeah.
students. Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think that that's how you learn.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if I say I'm a teacher and having 6 children, that I think that you should learn. You should be able to go into all the different things. But we didn't even really talk about what my injury is.
Oh, because to be quite honest, I know your shoulder.
Yeah, I tore a rotator. I have a rotator cuff tear, and if you're wondering how it happened, it's not just because I'm old or getting old. I had after we were doing cleanup from Hurricane Helene. There were all these weights out in the garage, and the garage had flooded, so we had to take everything out and throw it away because it was all rusting and nasty from the salt water. So as I was picking up one of the very large weights, I felt something and I was like, oh, you're so out of shape. You just pulled something. But it wasn't that I was out of shape. I actually tore something. So, and I ignored it because that was in October, right? And I ignored it until February, got in and said, oh, yeah, you have a tear. And then, it's July.
I do not have a strong pain resilience like you. I would be bitching and moaning until someone took me to see someone.
Yeah, well, I don't have time. It's the same thing I always say. There's no time
I guess,
for
but
that.
like you have to have time to
To take
prioritize
care of
yourself and
yourself.
to take care
Yes,
of
I
yourself.
know.
And when something feels wrong in your body, you can't just ignore it. Like
Yeah.
that goes back to like loving yourself and taking care of yourself. It's not just on this internal level of your mental health, it's also about your physical health too. And we can't be too busy to ignore how we feel.
Yes, thank you for the
You're
advice.
very
And
welcome.
you're absolutely right.
But I do send I don't commiserate, that's not the right word, but I can recognize that struggle because I don't understand how people with 9 to 5 jobs or 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 or any sort of job where you have to be somewhere from a specific time, how you get appointments in. I don't know how it works. You just have to take PTO just to go to the doctor. Like that's ridiculous. Sorry.
To go to the bank at lunch. Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
It's very hard to get it all done. So, I mean, for me, it was more of a choice of like, I'll be fine. It'll be fine. And, it's not. So, anyways, I'll be taking a nap tomorrow and getting it fixed. And then I'll have a really pretty sling and, I don't know, sling and pillow. I don't even know.
Can you make it one of the ones that you can sign?
You can't sign it.
Yeah,
It's
but
black. So
you
it
can
doesn't show
definitely
dirt.
order a white one.
Yeah, but it would get so dirty.
Okay, fine.
I could just get a hat and you could sign it if you want.
Yeah, but that's not okay. Fair enough, I guess. I have nothing to say to that.
Okay, so here's my confidence tip of the week. Because we're talking about fear. Fear loses its power when you name it. The more you avoid it, the louder it gets. But when you face it head on, you take back control. Confidence grows every time you choose courage over comfort. So I'm choosing courage over comfort. This is not going to be comfortable. There we go.
You are, honestly. This is a very courageous thing to do.
Well, you just got to do it.
Okay. Be nonchalant.
Yeah.
My quote of the day is, sometimes it's the people who try not to lie to others who lie to themselves constantly. And sometimes we think we're saving a relationship, that we're doing a favor to the people in our lives by letting less than ideal relationships linger and stagnate. We live the lie, it becomes a way of life. I didn't know stagnate was a word.
Stagnate?
Like I know it's like stagnant.
Oh.
I didn't realize you could use it as a verb.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a $5 word.
Okay, this has nothing to do with
No, it doesn't.
Today. It did not align.
No.
But
maybe that's just because the stars are out of line because you need to get your shoulder done, and when the stars will be in line again once you're all healed.
Okay, we'll come back to it. And
you didn't even ask me if I'm nervous.
Oh, are you nervous about me?
I'm not nervous about you. Tomorrow, I'm nervous about how the household is going to run without you.
You should be afraid.
That I am like.
I was like,
I'm gonna have to do laundry.
Bring their laundry down. Last time laundry for a bit.
Yeah, but you know what I will say is that your mom, my grandma, is like, I'm surprised she's waiting. She's waiting. She's waiting to help. This is what not that what she likes doing, but this is her way of showing love for sure. is helping.
Yeah. And I know she's very nervous.
Oh, yes. We actually, growing up, we'd never tell grandma. I'm surprised you told her ahead of time. We would never tell grandma until the day of the procedure that someone was getting something done, because she would sit there and ruminate with that anxiety for weeks. Yeah. And then she got offended that you would do it.
Well, that's the thing. The problem is if you don't tell her,
she gets mad.
Then she's like, you're hiding something. And obviously, if you're not telling her, you are.
Well, yeah.
So then we're like, well, it's just because you get so nervous. And she's like, it makes it worse. So, yes, she knows. And I'm sure she'll be like, she was already trying to make dinner for tomorrow. And I'm like, we have dinner for tomorrow, even though I'm not here. You guys will be fed well. And then I was like, you can make dinner for the next night. So,
yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the bestest of luck. I'll see you tomorrow.
You'll see me
pre
tomorrow.
And post surgery. Best part about working where this is happening.
You're not going to see me tomorrow pre-surgery. You're not.
Oh no, you're getting in there at 8. I was gonna be like, if you go in at 9, I'll see you. But you're going in at 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to get there.
Yeah. Let's go field now.
No, I gotta be in at 5:30. So.
Well, I'll see you post surgery then. You might not see me, but I'll see you.
Exactly. Take a good video. Share it widely. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Her Unshakable Confidence. Always remember, you are unshakable.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to Her Unshakable Confidence with Simone and Olivia Knego. We hope this episode has made your day just a little bit brighter and given you the inspiration you need to confidently go about your week. Always remember to be authentically you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And feel free to connect with them on Instagram at Simone Knego and at Olivia Knego. Till next time.